What makes a hero? Is it strength, speed, intelligence, or is it the ability to rise again and again when life does everything to break you? This is the unbelievable true story of a man who defied death, torture, and despair, and proved that the human spirit is stronger than any weapon. His name was Louis Zamperini, and this is his story. Louis was not born a hero. In fact, he was a troubled kid, a fighter, a thief, and a runaway. Born in 1917 to Italian immigrants in California, he was constantly bullied because he couldn't speak English. So he fought back, not just with words, but with fists. He smoked by the age of 5, drank by the age of 8, and by the time he was 12, the police knew him by name. Everyone had given up on Louis. Everyone except one person, his older brother, Pete. Pete saw something in Louis, and one day he gave him a challenge. If you're going to run towards something. Be someone. That moment changed everything. Louis started running. Not from the police, but on the school track. He trained relentlessly, and it turned out he was fast. Really fast. In just a few years, Louis went from a nobody to a national sensation. At age 19, he became the youngest distance runner to join the U.S. Olympic team. In the 1936 Berlin Olympics, hosted by Hitler himself, Louis didn't win a medal. But in the final lap of his 5,000-meter race, he ran so fast that he clocked the fastest last lap in Olympic history. Even Adolf Hitler asked to meet him. Louis left Berlin a hero, but he was just getting started. Then came World War II. Louis joined the U.S. Air Force as a bombardier. He flew dangerous missions over the Pacific and faced death many times. But the real nightmare began in 1943. His plane crashed into the ocean. Of the 11 men on board, only 3 survived. Louis was one of them. With nothing but a life raft, he floated on the open ocean. No food, no clean water, just heat, sharks, and the will to survive. Days turned into weeks. He caught rainwater to drink. He fought off sharks with his bare hands. He prayed. He hallucinated. He cried. 47 days. That's how long Louis survived at sea. But just when he thought the worst was over, he was rescued by the Japanese Navy. Louis was taken to a brutal prisoner of war camp. There, he met a guard nicknamed the Bird. This man was cruel, vicious. He made it his mission to break Louis. Physically, mentally, spiritually. Every day, Louis was beaten, humiliated, forced to clean toilets, stand for hours, carry heavy beams. Once, he was ordered to lift a wooden beam over his head and hold it for as long as possible. If he dropped it, he'd be shot. Louis held it for 37 minutes, with a broken body, but an unbreakable will. He survived 2 years of beatings and torture. He lost over 80 pounds, but he never lost his pride. "They can take my body," Louis said, "but they'll never take my soul." In 1945, the war ended. The prisoners were freed. Louis returned home a war hero, but the war inside him was just beginning. He had nightmares, flashbacks. He turned to alcohol. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't escape the bird in his mind. His marriage began to fall apart. He was broken on the inside, until one night, his wife convinced him to attend a church service led by a young preacher, Billy Graham. There, Louis heard these words: "Forgiveness isn't for the person who hurt you. It's for you so you can be free." That night, Louis made the hardest decision of his life. He forgave the man who tortured him, and in doing so, he finally found peace. Louis didn't just survive. He thrived. He became a motivational speaker, inspiring thousands with his message. Don't let your past define you. Don't let pain defeat you. You have the power to rise. In 1998, he even returned to Japan to meet some of his former captors, and he forgave them face to face. His story became a best-selling book, Unbroken. In 2014, Angelina Jolie directed the movie adaptation. Louis passed away at the age of 97, but his spirit still lives on. So what's the lesson? That you can't control what happens to you, but you can always choose how you respond. Louis Zamperini faced storms, starvation, torture, and trauma, but he refused to be a victim. He was beaten, but he never bowed. He was broken, but he rose again. He was unbroken. Loudspeaker, if this story inspired you, like this video, subscribe to Motivational Tube, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next real-life hero story.
Bulle comme en bilo.
What would you do if you had to survive 47 days in the ocean? And remember, you were born to rise, not to break. Stay strong. Stay inspired. This is Motivational Tube.